she's not looking so great this morning. I put that strap on her in a better configuration that I learned yesterday from a guy online in the UK. And so I'm gonna go feed the pigs and then get the neighbor and we'll try to pick her up again. I've got her up now with the tractor and the neighbor came over, lifted her up. I'm just gonna give her about 10 or 15 minutes up to see if her legs are basically just numb from laying there. This back leg here hasn't done anything. I haven't seen this leg move even a little bit voluntarily. The vet said to call him back once I'd done this and just see what he thinks. If he thinks there's a chance that she'll get her legs under her. She's been down a long time now, despite our best efforts. So. Well, that's it. I had her up for a few minutes and then I was setting her down and she just stuck out her tongue and like groaned and just went totally still. I'm kind of relieved because I know I didn't want it to go on and on. I knew that she had to be put down. I probably should have put her down last night. I knew that she had to be put down today if she wasn't up. And she just wouldn't get those legs under her. And no matter what I did to wake her up and move her legs and get her to get up. She just looked a lot worse this morning. She wasn't eating and she didn't want to drink water and she kept rolling over to her side. So that's it for Dolly, our milk cow.
I'm coming out here to see Dolly. I mean, she's already passed away. I did get to see her yesterday. I did not get to say goodbye to her this morning because I was nursing the baby and taking care of the little kids while Arthur was out here trying to get her to stand. Yeah, this is a pretty huge blow to our homestead and to our hearts. There's just so many thoughts going through your mind because losing a chicken is one thing, but losing your family milk cow is a whole nother level of loss. And honestly, it's not just an emotional loss, it is a financial loss, a pretty big one. And probably some of you don't want to hear that, but that is part of homesteading, is the financial aspect. But right now, I think we're just going to be thinking through the emotional and practical loss and what could we have done differently, what can we do better. I mean, honestly though, this is just an extremely unfortunate accident. If you didn't see our video from yesterday, then you may not know what happened. So I'll just give a quick rundown. Arthur came out to do chores yesterday morning. He found Dolly stuck under this fence. He cut it off of her and found she couldn't stand. We spent the whole day yesterday trying to figure out why she couldn't stand, if it was because she was sick or if it was because she was injured. We treated her with a lot of different medications. We were on the phone constantly with the vet. We had some cattle farmers come out who are just as knowledgeable as the vet as far as cows go. The vet felt like he didn't need to come because we were doing everything he would do. He was gonna come out today, but she passed away before he got here. I'm honestly gonna miss her so much. There's just so much joy in looking out in the pasture and seeing her and seeing Brownie nurse. He's old enough now that not being able to nurse is not a big deal. I mean, he could have been weaned if we wanted him to be some time ago. I'm gonna miss milking her, I'm gonna miss petting her, and I'm just gonna miss her. You know, your animals don't just bring you food, they bring a lot of joy. They bring a lot of fun, and they bring a lot of worry. So, yeah.
Had to get her up away from the creeks, so we took her up to the top of the pasture, at least 300 feet away from the creeks, and there's regulated depths in our state that you have to bury an animal like that. Honestly, we couldn't have done it without the neighbor's help, and he was just awesome. He came over and over to lift her up with the backhoe, and left it over here basically for 2 days. And then the last thing he said to me, he wouldn't let me pay him, the last thing he said to me is, holler at me if you need anything else. Just extremely generous. Brownie's going out. I'm afraid he's gonna know that she's gone. I'll have to watch him close to make sure he doesn't bust out and go looking for her. How do you close out a video like this? The challenging thing is that in the end we don't really know why she went down or why she died. It's very possible that the only thing wrong with her is that she slipped under the fence and either injured herself or after being down for a few hours sustained a muscle injury, and that's what happens to cows when they're down for very long. When a cow goes down for 12, 24 hours, many of them will never stand up because they receive a muscle injury and they just can't stand once they've been down that long. So it's possible this was actually purely mechanical. She injured her left leg. That leg, even though it didn't look like it was injured, I never saw that leg move once. It's also possible she had grass tetany, which we treated, but it's possible we treated it too late. In the end, we don't really know what caused her to go down or what kept her down. It would have been a different matter if she got her footing and she stood and then went back down. That's something you could work with. We could try again, get her up, put her on her feet again this evening. But I was planning on putting her down today if she was not able to stand. Thank you all for your kind comments on yesterday's video. All the doubts run through running through our mind of the things we might have done wrong, the things we might have done differently or better. I guess we're still kind of in shock that this just happened and that Dolly's gone. And all right, thank you all so much for watching and for being so supportive, and you have a good evening. We'll see you in another video.